Alif, welcome to Havilah Gardens in Rose Park.
Thank you, Kees.
And of course to Business Indaba.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. This place is absolutely fantastic. There's a restaurant over there. There's a swimming pool there. And it's a Friday afternoon and people are swimming. It's not even a holiday. The holiday is tomorrow. But there's a lot of activities going on, and we were actually worried that there's going to be too much noise here.
Yeah, we were.
But so far, so good.
It's 30-quarter entrance.
Yeah.
Which keeps the noisy people away, maybe?
Absolutely, and that's both for adults and kids, but it's a very beautiful place. There's even a play thingy for kids there with the treehouse.
And the swimming pool.
And the swimming pool.
So Alif, tell me a bit more about yourself. Where were you born? When were you born?
Okay, I was born right here in Lusaka at the University Teaching Hospital, UTH, back in 1977. That means I'm 42 years old this year, just turned 42 on February 24th. And I'm married, been married now for 11 years to a beautiful...
Long time.
Yeah, it's been long. To a beautiful lady named Alif Kalipinde. She's a fashion designer. She runs her own company called Mwene Fashion House. And I've got two beautiful boys. Darren Kalipinde, who's 11, he's in grade 6 at Chadley House School with his little baby brother, Corey Kalipinde, who's 6 years old, and he's in grade 1.
Nice. Tell me a bit more about your education. Where did you go from primary, secondary, tertiary?
Well, from kindergarten up to grade 2, I was at South End Primary School in town. Then I moved to just down the road over here, Jacaranda Basic School from grade 3 up to grade 7. Then from grade 8 all the way up to grade 12, I did my secondary school at Kamala Secondary School. It was a beautiful place at the time. Last time I went to check it out, the place is really depleted. It doesn't look the same way as it did when I was there, but yeah, hopefully things will change in the near future. But yeah, I can proudly say I did my secondary school there and I did really well. So then from there, college, I went to Evelyn Horn College and I did NATech, National Accounts Technician. I think that was from 2000. Yeah, I think from 2000 up to 2003, I was at Evelyn Horn College studying NATech.
Okay. And what was it like growing up? I mean, you come from a big family. There's 7 of you. What's that like?
Well, I'm the eldest of the 7. We are 6 guys, 6 boys, and 1 girl. That's Beauty. She's in the middle of the 6 of us. She's got 3 big brothers. That's me, Peter, and Lloyd. And then there's Beauty. Then under her there's Lucky, Given, and Taffy in that sequence. So yeah, it was kind of challenging. Although I used to be a loner growing up. I used to play alone, kind of like my second born. He likes to play alone. Whereas the elder brother likes to play with friends. I was the other way around. I used to make my own little wire toys, clay toys, clay people and all that kind of stuff, funny stuff growing up. But my brothers always used to play together. I only really started mixing with my brothers when we were already adults, like we were in secondary school. That's when I would, chill, hang out with Lloyd especially, and Peter as well. So yeah, growing up was okay. I wouldn't say it was much of a challenge, but it was okay. Things really became challenging when my dad passed on, and then I had to now take over as the man in the house, and yeah, that's when things really became complicated. I had to grow up real quick after that.
You also started working at quite a young age.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why I had to start working really early, because when my dad passed on, I was still in college. I was still studying NATech, and I had to actually juggle between working with Radio Phoenix and doing NATech, and it wasn't easy to the point where I kind of just decided maybe I should just really focus on one thing, because eventually it was really taking a huge toll on me, and I wasn't making enough money to really provide for everyone at the time. We were still renting, we had to finish the house that my dad left us a plot, and a semi-finished house. So to do all that, I really had to start really like fending really hard. I even started doing gigs as a DJ, you know, like DJing for tour trees, and of course house parties and stuff. And that's where the mobile disco thing actually started as well, when I was very, very young.
Okay. Is this also what helped you kickstart your journey as a DJ on radio, or how did that come about?
Funny story was, my first gig was working in a casino at Savoy Hotel with a friend of mine, Chifundo Shongo. And we went there, we almost became homeless, because when we went there, we didn't have anywhere to stay. So we would at first stay in the casino, and then they told us, no, you can't continue sleeping in the casino while we're working there. And then we would start literally like, I think for 2 nights we slept on the streets. We stayed for 2 weeks just living on bread and mazoi.
Oh wow.
One of our colleagues, a waitress, felt sorry for us, and she took us in with her boyfriend to live with them in the 7th quarter for a couple of days. And then we looked at each other as Fundo and I said, dude, why are we living like this? We can't continue like this. Let's get back home. Let's go back to real life, because this adventure, I think, has really run its course. And that's how we came back. So when I came back, I was lying down in my bedroom the other day. My sister walked in and she's like, "What's wrong? Why the long face?" And I was like, trying to figure out what to do with my life next, you know. I need to start making some money and all that kind of stuff. And then she was like, "Why don't you try out for this audition that's going on at Radio Phoenix? You look like someone who can actually pull it off." And I was like, "Really? You think so?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I gotta say thank you so much to you, Beauty, for that. She really just jump-started my career at Phoenix from that time, and I'll always be grateful to her. And I went there, there were like 70-something people there, I'm not kidding. And they only wanted 6 people. And I was amongst the 6 people they chose, and of those 6 people, only 2 of us, me and Michael Shokat, had no experience whatsoever with radio.
Oh wow.
The other 4 was Francine. She used to be a presenter or DJ at ZNBC, as well as Kenny Tonga, Mark Tabo, and I think Shalakatrishi. So yeah, so we were the guys that were picked, including another girl I think they picked her, but she didn't even last 2 weeks. She kind of fell out because I think she failed to impress. Okay. The reason why they picked me was the fact that when I went there and I saw the number of people that were auditioning, I felt I do not stand a chance here. I am not going to be picked amongst all these people, because I could see so many familiar faces. And funny enough, that same attitude of whatever happens, I'll just be myself, you know, do whatever I do, I'll just be me, is what actually helped me get the gig in the first place. That they liked the humor, they liked the unique style I had, they liked the genre that I introduced, which was pop rock and rave music at the time. It was really hot at the time. So yeah, so that's how I ended up overtaking everybody to the top 6.
Okay. And tell me, Alif, how did you get the name Alkal? How did that come about?
Well, funny story is, you remember a guy named Malcolm Peshota?
Of course.
Yeah. Big up to you, Malcolm, and Mark and Shirley. We miss you guys. Love you. That's coming from me, Kees, as well as the whole Kalipinde family. When I first got the gig at Radio Phoenix, we used to go and have sleepovers at Malcolm's house. So he was so excited for me. He used to go by the name DJ Spooky D himself.
Okay.
I know, man. And I asked him, I was like, "Dude, what do you think? Should I just go by the name Alif, DJ Alif?" And he's like, "No, go with DJ Alkal." And he even made the jingles for me on his laptop. And that's how the name came up. He got the first 2 initials from my first name Alif, and the next 3 initials from my last name Kalipinde, and that's how the Alkal came up. Yeah. And that's the story. That's how the whole thing just blew up. And the name, I think, really caught on with a lot of people, because it was kind of synonymous with a lot of things like alcohol, Alcatel, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how the name came up.
Nice.
And I still go with that name, by the way.
Okay, so now we understand how you got the gig at Radio Phoenix. How did you get into Kabanana?
Kabanana also was a very similar story with the story with that like the one I told you about my sister, how she got me to go for the audition. A friend of mine named Edwin. Edwin, I think he's now in Amsterdam. Had gone to Russia, but he's been traveling all over the world. It's hard to keep track of where you are, Edwin. But he actually had a role on Kabanana that they hadn't started shooting yet. But because he was still pushing to go study in Russia, he asked me if I could go with him, not knowing that he was actually ushering me in to take over his role. And that's how I ended up taking the role of Kondwani.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did your brothers get into Kabanana? Because there's 3 of you, right?
Yeah. Lucky also similarly escorted his friend, and they were trying to replace Masuzio at the time. But they just saw the way Lucky was just carrying himself, and they asked him, "Are you also here to audition?" And he's like, "No." And he's like, "Would you like to try?" I was like, "Okay." And that's how they called him in. I asked him a few lines, went through the scripts, and they said, "You're perfect. You're the new Masuzio," and that's how he got me.
Wow.
Kind of similar to mine.
And Lloyd?
Lloyd was in Love Games, which was One Love Wasila, I think. And he, unlike us, who just fell on our laps, the auditions, the roles, everything was just like it was a calling.
Yeah.
For Lloyd, he really had to work for it. He went for the audition several times, and then eventually they gave him the role to appear on Love Games. Same thing happened. He tried to be on a Big Brother audition, made it to the top 10. They ended up picking someone else. I think it was Cleo, Ice Queen, or Mumba. I can't remember. But he then tried for Big Survivor, Panama. And finally he got his break and then went to the reality show to South America. And he had ulcers, imagine, but he still went for the Survivor gig and managed to stick around for I think 4 or 5 weeks before he was eventually evicted. Yeah.
So where does this passion come from for the performing arts? I mean, there's you that's in it, there's Lucky, there's Lloyd, your youngest brother Taffy is a DJ as well now.
Yeah.
And Given is a sportsman. So where does this come from?
I think like the sportsmanship, because most of us are really into sports, almost all of us, especially basketball. I play football as well for the Radio Phoenix team, and I was recently called up by the Evelyn Horn College class of, I think it was class of 2000 and, was it 7? Somewhere there, yeah. And so they've built a team, they've even given me jersey number 7, number 5 rather, and we should be playing a game in September with the youth team for Evelyn Horn. So yeah, I think the sports element.
You've been working out, getting ready.
So yeah, I've been trying my best to get back into shape, jogging and pushing weights. Also, Given also got his gig to go and play in the States under the NBA scholarship that he got. Lloyd as well has been playing in Canada. So I think the sports element came from our Uncle Arthur, because he used to be a boxer, and Uncle Arthur Lloyd. And I think it trickled down from him to us. But the element of the show business, maybe the acting, the singing, and maybe even the music and DJing, I think that came from our father, because he was really all about entertainment. He used to run Kalipinde Motel, and Kalipinde Motel had a drive-in cinema. It had live bands from Makishi Band, Mashave, Majoza, Smoky Angala. They all used to perform there, and the stage was right on the other side of the wall of our bedroom. We would hear that music every night, beating into our pillows. So I think maybe growing up with that probably kind of gave us a little push to get into that business.
And your dad sang as well, right?
And Dad used to sing as well. He used to sing a song called Kuli Bebu Tuina Oko Sakaunda. I know a lot of old folks who used to be in that era, in the unique era. I remember that song very well. Yeah. So I think maybe that's why we got those elements of entertainment and maybe that's why we are who we are. Like everyone wonders why all the family is into either acting, DJ, singing, and sports. I think maybe that's what happened.
Okay, but your mother is also a big driving force in your life.
Yeah.
Actually, all your siblings' lives. Tell me about that. How is she entangled in your life?
My mom was always a tough cookie. She's just been this real solid rock in our family, and she's just really like held us together. And I think she's always also given us that encouragement to always do well in everything that we did, because she always used to encourage us. And she went through a lot of hard times with my dad, you know, like almost every time one of us was born, Dad would kick her out of the house. That's a long story. I don't know why it was like that, but we used to be so exposed to that, and we would wonder why. And we used to always try our best to always try and impress her, and not really impress our dad.
Yeah.
So because of her, we've all worked really hard to be where we are, and we're still taking care of her right now. Like I built a house right in my mother's plot, and she lives right next door to me, and she's like my best friend. So last night,
hi auntie.
and last night we were talking to Given with my mom, and you know, even Givy that side where he is in Nebraska, always wants to hear from her. Lloyd as well in Canada always wants to hear from her, and just the fact that she's still around still keeps us all gelled together.
Such a blessing.
Yeah, she's a huge blessing, a huge role model in our lives.
So tell me, you did the gig with Phoenix. You've got your family that you're taking care of.
Did the acting.
You did the acting,
yeah.
And then you also do more than that. You have your own.
I have my own company that I've been working on for a long time, but I think now it's reached a point where I really want to take it further. I want to start really marketing it and investing in it a lot more. And it's called Alcal's. Well, it used to be called Alcatraz Mobile Disco, but now I'm gonna call it AK Entertainment. Oh, it's starting to rain. Is your camera safe?
I don't know.
I think we should go into the tree there.
Yeah. Shit. So guys, it's actually rain season right now, and thankfully the rains have come. Unfortunately, we are outside, so if you hear rains, that's the reason why. We were discussing about AK Entertainment.
Yeah. I was just before the rains kicked in. I was just about to say that this year is like a breakthrough year for me and my family and my wife. When we told each other that this year we really have to make we have to get into some new ventures. Like whatever we haven't been doing, this is the year for it. So like I've been working on my mobile disco for I think maybe 8 years now, and I had a huge gig with Ciders in December where we went for some road shows all over Lusaka. We went to George Compound, we went to Kanyama, we went to Matero, we went to Avondale, almost went as far as Chongwe as well. We were supposed to go to Shawama, that got cancelled. But it was an 8-day roadshow gig that I had with them, and I made quite a good amount of money from it, and decided to invest all that money back into my business, the mobile disco. And now, with the way I've invested in my mobile disco, I bought brand new top-notch speakers, cordless microphones, top-notch, as well as a brand new heavy-duty DM amplifier that can really push the bass, and including cables to run the speakers at long distances, as well as an extension cord and all that kind of stuff. So I've now put my system into a point where I'm very proud of it, I'm very confident in it, and I feel very confident now that I can actually market it, I can advertise it, and now get my money back from it. So that's what I'm planning to do this year. And I've even want to rebrand the name of the company from Alcatraz Mobile Disco to AK Entertainment.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you're still known under the DJ name Alkal.
That's right. It's AK Entertainment for Alif Kalipinde or Alkal Entertainment. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And how can people reach out to you?
It's very easy. I'm on Messenger, so you can just look for Alif Kalipinde. Alkal spelled A-L-K-A-L. Alif, A-L-I-F. Alif Kalipinde. And you can just hi. Hi, thanks. And you can just hit me up. You can write to me, or you can even call me on my personal cell phone number, which is 0977-809714. That's 0977-809714. And very soon I'm currently working on a profile Facebook page for my outfits, and once it's out, you'll be the first to know. So watch the space.
Final question. Not many people know this, but you actually have a pretty good singing voice.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sing.
So we can't expect any more albums?
Maybe Prince wanted me to actually feature Prince, who actually inspired me to do singing with him. I used to sing with him and watch him Dhaka in a group called Joshua Generation when I was in college at Kees Kibinda. I even auditioned once for Idols in Zambia, but I didn't even make it through the first round. So that's one of the reasons why that put me. Maybe I'm not all that great. But yeah, I might actually feature one day. I might. It's not something that I'm planning, but if it happens, it happens. Kind of like the way everything else in my life has happened.
Keeping it natural.
Keeping it natural, keeping it real. Yeah.
Alif, thank you so much for your time.
Kees, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
Hi there. My name is Alif Kalipinde, aka DJ Alkal of AK Entertainments, and you're watching Business Indaba. Remember to subscribe. Keep it right here.